Hey everybody, today is June 2nd, 2018, and I figured I'd take this opportunity to do an update on the MidTower Deluxe since I upgraded to Ryzen 7. For those who don't know, I did a pretty massive upgrade to the Q-Cube MidTower Deluxe back in late December of last year, and I completed the upgrade around the 1st or 2nd of January this year, 2018. So it's been roughly exactly 6 months. Yeah, I'd say roughly exactly, yeah. 6 months since I did the upgrade. And if I sound a little hoarse, I'm sorry. It's because I have been fighting allergies all day today. But yeah, I'm very impressed with this upgrade. It has made a huge boost to this machine's performance going from the FX 8120. What's interesting is I have not overclocked this machine yet. Yeah, it's funny. I've had it 6 months in this configuration. I haven't overclocked it, but it's doing very well for my needs anyway. I don't do much of any gaming with it. I just primarily do, it's funny, web surfing and stuff like that. But I do a lot of video editing, which is where I need that CPU power, and I like to browse around on Google Maps and stuff like that, which could use some 3D graphics performance, and I think the GPU that's in here is perfect for that. Since I did the initial upgrade, of course, I added the USB floppy disk drive adapter, and it's just still using the original or the previous 3.5-inch floppy drive. But on the back we have this little guy. Yeah, I picked this up on eBay for a whopping $20-something. Yeah, I talk about supply versus demand. Yeah, they like to mark stuff up. But yeah, got this off eBay and had to change out the USB cable that was on because it had an external style USB cable on it. So I mounted an internal cable and hooked it straight to the motherboard, right where that yellow connector is there. And it's interesting is that this adapter also powers a floppy drive, so I didn't have to run a power cable to a floppy disk drive. That saved me one additional cable inside the machine. And you can see we have a small accumulation of dust getting in here. And of course, this thing runs 24/7, never shuts off. One thing that's really been helpful for this is the M.2 2280 solid state drive. I mean, this is phenomenal how fast it runs. One thing that I've started doing as of recent is when I stage up videos for time lapsing, I'm talking a whole day's worth of video footage I've shot, 32 gigabytes worth of video, move it over to the SSD, and when I'm actually importing it into the Live Moonmaker to time lapse it speed up 64 times, I no longer have lag when seeking through the videos. See, normally I would have lots of hangups and lag and just all that mess, but this SSD it's phenomenal. And also, let's not forget about general performance. You know, starting up, shutting down, you know, loading programs, all that good stuff. It's amazing. And one thing you might be wondering about is the water cooling system. Well, I have not had any more issues out of it. You know, at first I discovered a leak in my reservoir, which apparently had been there for quite some time. But I ended up fixing it with super glue of all things. I put about 8 or so layers of super glue over this crack. It's just a little hairline crack in the reservoir. And it's been fine. It's been just fine ever since. And this one piece back here was leaking there at first. See, this radiator used to be an automotive AC evaporator. New old stock, I think, because I don't think it was ever used. I found it in my grandpa's shed back in 2011. And my dad brazed these barb fittings that just thread into the thing. And the bottom fitting I had an issue with leaking years ago, and then that was when I did this system upgrade. I pulled that off there, had my dad redo it, and it still leaked like crazy. Actually, it leaked worse than before. And then pulled it back off. My dad rebrazed it again, and it's been perfectly fine ever since. So no more leaks out of this thing. The coolant level is still right there on high, where it's supposed to be, because that's where I had last filled it to. Yeah, I've just left that paper towel under there, just in case, but I don't see there being any issue anymore. So I was going to pull that out of there. Now, some of you guys may be wondering about this water pump here, the SC600 generic water pump I got off of eBay for like $20-something. I'm going to focus on this in a whole different video, but I'll just give you a brief. Give you some brief statements on this pump. It's been doing, for the most part, just fine. Back in March, I had some concern about it, though. It was making some noise like it was going to fail, but ever since, it's been perfectly fine. Sounds just like it did when I had first installed it. I perhaps think the pump was just going through part of its break-in phase, and it wasn't a real bad noise, and water flow and the speed of the pump was not hindered in any way. It was just making sort of a racketing sound. It was a little more audible than was normally than what would be considered normal for it. But yeah, so far, other than that, this thing is running perfectly fine. Yeah, for $20-something, I guess you can't beat it. So yeah, MidTower Deluxe is doing just fine with this new hardware. Very impressed with it. I guess at this point there's not really too much more to say about it. Oh, I do plan to eventually add some more memory. Right now it has 16 gigabytes. Hopefully the cost of RAM will go down just a little bit, because DDR4 is just absolutely through the freaking roof right now. Or at least it really was when I had first bought this stuff. Yeah, the RAM was very, very expensive. So I plan to just start out with 16 gigabytes and later on up it to 32 gigabytes, which I do plan to do probably here sometime pretty soon. I'm going up it to 32 gigabytes of RAM, and that should definitely help things out even more. So yeah, that is a 6-month update on the MidTower Deluxe. I have to say, it's been very impressive. Very impressive. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed this quick little update, thanks for watching. Hey everybody, I sure hope you guys enjoyed this video from Q Computer Channel. Remember to like the video, subscribe to Q Computer Channel for more updates, and remember to tick the bell so that way you actually get notified of these updates. Did you know that I am also on a second channel that's CubeComp MTDX? Over there you'll find videos of bicycling, weather, elevators, and all sorts of other neat and interesting stuff. Feel free to subscribe to that channel as well. And again, I thank you for your support, and thanks for watching this video.